Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. I want to bring to you today your moment of facts. I want to deal with the issue that had occurred in regards to Sean Spicer with Miss April Ryan, and also dealing with the issue with Bill O'Reilly and Miss Maxine Waters. You know, it's amazing to me how we still have the discrimination going on today, and we have to keep up with our current events and pay attention to what's going on around us. That's the reason why it's important to watch the news, so we can know what's going on within our government, because the government actually does, influence what goes on within our life, so it's so important to watch the news and watch what's going on. I mean, Sean Spicer just outright disrespected Miss April Ryan, telling her not to shake her head like as if though she's a little girl, trying to control her body language. And if you watch any other television broadcast with any news network, right? If you watch the television broadcast of interviewing of any Caucasian woman or Caucasian man, you will never see them speak to the way that Miss April Ryan was spoken to by Sean Spicer, speaking to her like she's a little girl and she's a grown woman. That's his elder, telling her what to do with her body language. Stop shaking her head. We still have this modern day slave mindset that's going on. And I need some of you brothers and sisters to wake up and pay attention to what's going on around you, because what's happening currently is simply a repeat of what's been going on for centuries to our people. You had Bill O'Reilly that was mocking Miss Maxine Waters, talking about her wig, mocking her, saying that, he's looking forward for her to come on the show, and she'll be on the show when hell freezes over. You see the outright disrespect of our women. And listen, I'm not talking about what our men do, all right, to our women at this moment. Although it does happen, it's wrong either way. You have internal disrespect, and then you have an external disrespect of our women. We need to step it up and to take care of our women, brothers. We need to protect our queens. We really need to step it up as fathers and stop running away from our responsibilities. We need to step it up within our communities. We need to step it up within the government. We need to get more involved, man. This is out of control. You have two of our queens being nationally disrespected, being demeaned, being talked about like they're nothing. And then for some of you, you say that the issue doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to need for you to wake up. I'm going to need for you to wake up. I'm going to need for you to wake up and to pay attention to what's going on within the government. President Trump wasn't enough for some of you. Having Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General is not enough for you. Taking your vote, going into the presidency seat and totally going against everything that he said that he would do, lying to the historical black colleges and university about the monies that they never received, that's not enough for you? When are you going to stop looking to these Caucasian people as your savior? When are you going to stop glorifying them? And when are you going to start paying attention that their actions does not marry with their words? When are you going to start paying attention to what's going on around you? The manipulation and the control and dealing with colonialism today. Is your name not enough? Some of you may not have a so-called African name from your tribe. Is your name not enough? Is the way you dressing not enough? Is you not speaking your language not enough? Is gentrification not enough for you? Is redlining not enough for you? Is gerrymandering not enough for you? When are you going to face reality? Why are you running away from the fight? Why are you turning the TV off? Why are you staying off of social media? Why are you not getting involved within your community? Come out of your safe zone. Come from behind your phones. Come from behind your PCs. Come from behind your televisions and start getting involved and start fighting for your people. And I want you to fully understand this. It's not a Caucasian person that had to have a law being put in place for them to vote. It's not a Caucasian person whose neighborhoods have poisonous water like in Detroit, Michigan, and they just are now receiving compensation for their water being contaminated. It's not a Caucasian person that had to literally have laws written in the Constitution within the government to protect them from discrimination. It's us. So I want to ask you a question. What is there for us to fight for a Caucasian person? What is there for us to fight for? Was there equal opportunity acts that was created for a Caucasian person? Was there a 13th Amendment written to set a Caucasian person free? First of all, they don't care about their own people, so we got to think about why are they going to care about us? Now, I want you to check history and remember there was a time where our people did not go overseas to fight any war just based on the fact that we're melanated. So I want you to think about these senseless wars that had broken out. You know, I would say, you know, from like Desert Storm and on forth. Okay. When we're supposed to defend our country, well, did they attack us? Did they attack us? And Bush have oil over in Iraq. I'm telling you, I was over in Iraq. And so they send their own people to die in these wars. Now, keep in mind again now, our men couldn't go to war and fight. I want you to keep that in mind. They wouldn't let them do it. And then they finally gave in. And when they gave in, who started winning? The country started winning when they started allowing melanated people to do their jobs. When we took over, we made it happen. This country was built on the sweat and the blood and the tears of our brothers and our sisters, our ancestors. Our country was not founded upon any type of laws or principles that defended us. And also, what I'm going to need some of you melanated people to do out there is when we're talking about discrimination, stop talking about black on black crime. That's not the subject matter at hand. We already know that we're killing each other, but we're not attacking each other because of what our ethnicity is. We're not the ones that's systematically oppressing each other. We're not doing that to each other. We're not refusing each other jobs because of what ethnicity we are, brothers and sisters. We're not the ones going into our own neighborhoods, taking over our own neighborhoods and bringing in European businesses. We're not doing that. We're not redlining our own neighborhoods. This is what I'm going to need for some of you sleeping melanated people to do. I'm going to need for some of you to wake up. And I'm going to need some of you to start being proud of who you are and stop trying to act like you Caucasian, like as if though they so well-mannered, they so morally, sound. If they're so morally sound, then I want you to riddle me this then. Why were they lynching people and smiling about it? What happened to Emmett Till? What happened to Emmett Till? What happened to Trayvon Martin? What happened to Sandra Bland? And yet you want to sit up here and tell us, the ones that's fighting for our people, we need to be quiet? We need to leave it alone? You need to keep up with your current events, brothers and sisters. You need to check the record and see what's going on around you. And stop allowing these Caucasian people to persuade you to believe when you calling them out about what they did to our people in the past and in the present, that we're trying to cause division. You know what? That sounds no different than the house Negro talking. That love their master. They can't see no wrong in their master. That sounds just like a brainwashed house Negro talking. You have an American name. Your name is not, some of you don't have a name that pertains to your culture. You want to tell me colonialism don't exist? You don't even speak your tribal tongue, some of you, but you want to tell me that that don't exist today? You're trying to tell me what they did to Miss April Ryan, what Sean Spicer did to Miss April Ryan is not an example of white supremacy? Are you trying to tell me what Bill O'Reilly said about Miss Maxine Waters and they never said that about anybody else that disagreed with Trump? They never even said anything disrespectful about the ones who supporting Trump. I'm talking about these Caucasian news reporters and broadcasters and politicians that work at the White House. They never said those things about anybody that's of their own ethnicity, but some of you will defend some of these crackers. And when I say cracker, I'm talking about the oppressor. Some of you need to get savvy to how the law works. Read Public Law number 88. I promise you, then you'll see what we're making so much noise about why Jeff Sessions should not be an attorney general. Read Public Law 88, and you will see the attorney general job is to enforce the EEO acts. The attorney general job is to defend voting. The man fought against voting when he was the senator in Texas. And some of you are asleep because you're not paying attention to your current events. Some of you are not watching the news. Some of you are not familiar with the positions in government and what are their duties and responsibilities. And if some of you familiarize yourself with the job of an attorney general, you will see that Jeff Sessions is not fit to be in that position. We're seeing colonialism and white supremacy right before our very eyes today at its best. Why is it that when Trump took over, the white supremacists went wild? Because you know why? They know when they have somebody in position within the government that is an elected official that influences the laws, that person will defend them and they will find ways around the law to defend them, just like down in Mississippi. When those civil rights activists went down there and the black boy and the white boys were buried in Mississippi, and the governors, never did nothing because they were white supremacists. And the one in government at the time was a white supremacist. So when are we going to wake up and pay attention to what's going on? The reason why we're saying what we're saying is because they're trying to set up colonialism at its best in our modern day time today. They're trying to lock down the White House so that nobody that's just can be in position that's going to enforce the law and they want people in position so they can overturn the laws that defend our people. When are some of you going to wake up and smell the coffee? You got these Uncle Tom sellout pastors that's defending these crackers. You got these so-called Christians, and some of you need to understand, when some of these Caucasian people say they're Christians, the KKK say they're Christians. The KKK claim to be Christians. So why are some of you jumping on the bandwagon because they say that they're a Christian? What is that supposed to mean? You have Vicky Yayo talking about Jesus is getting ready to go back into the White House. But majority of the congregation that she sing to is melanated. And this man outright said, look at what happened to black people. I'm talking about Trump. Oh, you have nothing to lose. Look at how bad, your neighborhoods are. In other words, what he's saying is, oh, well, what do you have to lose? You're already, a lost people. So if I get in position, how much more lost can you be, in other words? That's right, my queen. I see what you're saying. That's right, Sister Dawn. I see what you're saying. That's right, brothers and sisters. We all are on board. This is good to see some people are woke up. So this is all I'm saying. We need to continue to help our other brothers and sisters wake up. We need to continue to help them to see what's actually going on. Please, brothers and sisters, continue to post what's going on in the news to your groups and your pages. Because we need our other brothers and sisters to wake up, the ones who think that we can just keep singing Kumbaya, my Lord. Okay? The ones who think that how can we get along with a people who looks at us like we're nothing but field hands? How can you get along with somebody who systematically oppresses you? How can you get along with somebody who keeps throwing you a bone? They want the meat, but they'll throw you a bone. They want to own the bakery, but they'll give you some bread. They'll give you crumbs from their table while they're feasting. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying, brothers and sisters. We got to state the facts. You cannot unify with somebody who oppresses you. You can't. That's impossible. How can you unify with somebody who shake your hand and stab you in the back? Did not President Trump do that? I want anybody that's listening to me to prove me wrong. What about all the promises he said? Oh, he wanted to help the melanated colleges. He didn't do it. Oh, he wanted to do healthcare and make healthcare better. He didn't do it. He started building up a wall before he sent money to Detroit for the poisonous water that they've been dealing with for over almost 2 years now, for some years. And then some of you want to defend Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton was an outright blunt, outright spoken Goldwater supporter when Goldwater was against the Civil Rights Act and he tried to overthrow it. And some of you think that Hillary Clinton has your best interests at heart. I heard one of our sisters on the TV, and I'm not going to put her out there. I love her because, some other things she said I agree with. You know what I'm saying? I love Mother Maxine, but listen, Hillary Clinton does not mean us any good either. Hillary Clinton supported Goldwater. Remember, she called our young men super predators. Who was really the super predator? Who are the ones that's going into people continents? Look at the continent of Africa, how they established colonialism. Look at what happened in Haiti. They speak French. That's not their native tongue. Everywhere they go, these devils bring hell with them. Everywhere they go, they bring hell with them. If I'm wrong, why is it when Donald Trump took over the White House, hell broke out? Everywhere these devils go, these white supremacists go, these prejudiced bigots go, they bring hell with them. And you know what? She wouldn't have did no better. Bottom line, peace and blessings. Love you.